A pleasant good day, my beloved brothers and sisters, people of Australia and all over the world who happen to see this video on the internet and the World Wide Web on YouTube. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother, Eric Braxton, speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, of course, this wonderful island country that is in the Blue Caribbean Sea. In this part 76 video, dealing with the three-part interview with Alan A.J. Miller of Australia, and the name of that three-part video was The Real Life and Purpose of Jesus Christ, and the interviewer in the three-part video with Alan John Miller was Geoff Whitehead. Let me spell his first name, Geoff, Geoff Whitehead. Now, I said in part 75 video, this video is part 76, but I did said in part 75 video that I only watch the part 1. I want to assure Geoff Whitehead that I will look for part 2 and part 3 and watch it. Alright, so I want to watch the whole 3-part interview. But I want to reinforce the point, my dear Australian brother and colleague Geoff Whitehead, that I do not want you to be fooled by Alan John Miller. And I know, I pray and I hope by the end of that part 3 interview that you did have with him, I hope that you did not swallow the bags of lies that he have given unto you. And if in fact you did accept all the lies that Alan John Miller did give you, well, unfortunately, on your part, you was deceived in the process, but I hope that did not happen. But if eventually that happened, I, Eric Braxton, is here to introduce to you the world #1 book that is upon this earth, the world #1 household book that is upon this earth. I know that you know what I'm coming with, the Holy Bible. You see this book that I have in my hand, Geoff Whitehead, my dear Australian brother and colleague? This book is called the Holy Bible, and I can assure you, if you began reading it in your gallery at home, in your house, in the morning time and in your lunchtime period and in the evening time when you are home relaxing, and you began reading this book carefully from Genesis to Revelation, you will finally discover little by little that all the claims that Alan John Miller is making that he is Jesus Christ is total false. So I hope that you follow my noble and decent advice. So if you do not have a Bible, or you have one home in your house collecting cobweb, it's time to blow the dust off that Bible and begin reading the original King James Bible. You hear why I mentioned the original King James. If you do not have the original King James, go and get one and look for one and begin reading it, my dear friends. My dear friend Geoff Whitehead of Australia, who happened to see this part 76 videos. That is my instruction to you all, to you, my dear friend, and to others like you, not only of Australia but all over the world who happen to see this video on the internet and the World Wide Web. The reason why I have given you all that instruction, my dear friends, so that you all will not be fooled and taken up by John Miller with his false teachings and his false claims. He is just a false Messiah, fulfilling scriptures and deceiving people in the process. We know the wicked one, Satan, is using him to play that role, that God, that Christ-like role. But he of himself is not Jesus Christ. And deep down in the heart of John Miller knows he's not Jesus Christ, my dear friends. So I want you all to come to that understanding. He's just maintaining that lie and want people to believe that lie, to go down the road, that road of destruction along with him, that he is Jesus Christ when he's not Jesus Christ. And I'm pointing out that facts to you all, my dear brothers and sisters of Australia, and of course to the world at large. So my dear friend Geoff Whitehead of Australia, I pray and I hope that at the end of the day, you will not put your trust and faith in John Miller as his cult members is doing. I just pray and I hope that you do not attend none of his seminars, because if you began going to his seminars, then you will be putting yourself under his false influence. You will be indoctrinated with his false teaching, and I pray that you do not attend to his seminars or go to his seminars. And your money that you have in the bank, in your savings, I hope that you take none of your money to give to his cult. My dear friend Gregory of Whitehead, because I have introduced you to a book, the Holy Bible, the Words of God. And this is the book I want you to study, my dear friends. My dear friend. And when you study this book, you will recognize that John Miller is not Jesus Christ. He's just claiming to be Jesus Christ when he is not. And there are many men claiming to be Jesus Christ upon this earth, and they are not. They are only fooling themselves, and at the end of the day, they cannot save no one, my dear friend. Because if John Miller get a heart attack and he fall down and he die, he can bring himself out of the grave. He cannot resurrect himself. And that applies to all the men in the past who have claimed to be Jesus Christ and the dead. They're in the grave. They can't bring themselves out of the grave. And all those men who are alive all over the world who claiming to be Jesus Christ, any one of them die, they cannot resurrect or bring themselves out of the grave. My dear friend, you better believe it, Gregory of Whitehead. You better believe what I am saying. To you, my dear friend, and to the people of Australia and all over the world who happen to see this video on the internet and the World Wide Web, I am saying all these things and using all these examples to bring you all to the consciousness that you will embrace the facts and the truth that I'm giving to you all. Now keep in mind, I am not a bright boy intellectually and academically wise. I am a simple Christian with the Holy Bible, and I deal with the true teachings of the scriptures, and of course with a clear understanding what the Bible teach. My dear friends, and I have no PhD, neither I have no bachelor, neither did I graduate from any think tank theological college. My dear friends, that is out there. Neither did I went to any Bible seminary school. I studied the Bible mostly all my life on my own, and prayed for the understanding that God would give me the true understanding, because after all, God is the author of the Bible. He does work through men to write the Bible, but he's the author of the Bible. He used the prophets to write his message on parchment paper, sheepskin, but the Bible comes from the mind of God. Brothers and sisters, I mean the revealed word that God revealed unto the prophets to write. We know there are many other incidents that is written in the Bible that didn't come from God, but that's concerning evil and wickedness and all these things, brothers and sisters. But yet it is contained in the scriptures, so you'll have a knowledge of truth and a knowledge of evil, brothers. And of course, dealing with the history of the Jewish people and the children of Israel, my dear friends, brothers and sisters. I just want to say, so I've introduced this book to you, Gregory of Whitehead. And before I come to the end of this video, my dear friend of Australia, Gregory of Whitehead, so I do not want you to become a follower of John Miller, my dear friend. And if you have any intention of going to become any official member of his cult, I want you to have a change of mind right now and abandon that idea. Because if you do not follow my instruction or the noble decent advice that I'm giving you in this video, and you reject what I say, then you will be doing a great injustice to yourself. And if you go and join John Miller and his cult, well, then you will just be part of the others, his followers, who are following him blindly. But you will be just a member, like the rest of the members, following John Miller blindly along that road, that broad road of destruction. And I, Eric Braxton, do not want you, Gregory of Whitehead, to be on that broad road of destruction that Alan Miller is leading his followers. I want you to be on that narrow road of truth. And that narrow road of truth is the true Jesus Christ, the one who lived in this century and left heaven and incarnate upon this earth and walked the earth 2,000 years ago and suffered for mankind on the cross of Calvary. I want you to follow that true Jesus Christ. But the only how you could do that is by studying this book, the Holy Bible, my dear friend and colleague Gregory Whitehead of Australia. And not only this, not only apply to you, this applied, that same advice that I'm giving you apply to men everywhere, my dear friend. Well, Gregory Whitehead, I have come to the end of this video. I just want to say, may the grace of God be with me and with you and the human family and with the people of Australia from this day forth and forevermore. See you. Bye bye, my friends. Shalom, peace. See you all in the next video soon.